Well, it's time for our main spotlight conversation, and today we will zoom in on Afrobeat photographer Olumide Bishomi, popularly known as Sniip3r, who is gradually gaining a reputation as the official photographer for Afrobeat. He has documented iconic moments, projects, and personalities in the current surge of Afrobeat, and last week he spoke to me in our digital studio, showing us some of his projects while speaking on his journey and some scoops about some of the industry big names he has worked with, including Wizkid, Tyler, Zenoliski, Mohbad, and many others. Join us there. Welcome to this side of the conversation, and as promised, I have with me the one they call Sniip3r. Sniip3r. Before we even get into the conversation, the name Sniip3r, speak to us about where that came from.
Actually, it's a long story, but let me just break it down. Let me make it short and simple. So when I was in high school, I used to watch a lot of Korean movies.
Right.
Actually, there are some of my favorite, which is Iris. That's the title of the movie. Iris and City Hunter. So in those movies, they are always like snipers who they put them on a mission to go assassinate the president. So they stay in a very far place, aim at targets, then they get it. So that's kind of like, that whole, task looked fascinating to me.
Right.
So I was thinking, oh, growing up, I want to be a sniper when I grow up. When I developed interest in photography, I realized a lot of the terminologies are similar. For instance, a sniper would aim a subject, and the sniper is going to shoot. And when I hold my camera, I'm going to shoot as well.
That's exactly what you're still doing anyway.
I'm still doing the same thing.
So you're still a sniper now.
So I'm a good sniper, not those bad ones.
Absolutely. And congratulations to you. What you're playing a very big role, especially in pop culture, and Afrobeat as Afrobeat is growing. You're capturing moments in time in the growth of Afrobeat. And so a lot of your works have gone viral, and a lot of people didn't even know you're the one behind some. Like, for instance, this moment with Tyler is quite iconic. That was, I think, just after she won the Grammy, and then she came to Nigeria. You know, there was this story about, oh, she took the Grammy away from Nigeria, Afrobeat Grammy, and she came in, and the story behind it, everybody, it was very iconic that she came to share the story, and she was with our stars. And these are some of the works that you've done. This particular job, could you speak to us about it?
Yeah, actually, I know Tyler's manager. I met him from working with some other artists, like sometimes in 2023. So when Tyler had made up her mind to come to Nigeria for some media runs and just to visit Nigeria basically. So he texted me and told me about their whole itinerary and stuff, and asked for my availability. And yeah, I was available. It's really one of my best works.
Absolutely. And of course, at that period, it was like at the very height of her career. Of course, we know it's still growing, but she was really, really big after winning that. And it speaks to how you've been able to walk through the industry and land the big gigs and all of these things.
Yeah, now, they can always trust me with their stuff.
Absolutely. Now, I've spoken to a lot of people, right? I've spoken to a lot of people in the industry, and they speak to how much gatekeeping is in the industry and how difficult it is to break, even for some of these artists themselves, to break into all of these circles. So how did you manage it? How did it happen that, okay, today you're with Wizzy, tomorrow you're with Ashake, you're with Tyler, you're with Thames, you're with Rema. How did you break into?
I would say I kind of I take relationships very, very serious. So most times when you work with someone, it doesn't just end there. I always try to build good relationships with people, and one major thing that has really helped me is networking. Anytime I'm out or anytime I see something going on that I want to be a part of, I try to look for people to reach out to. I just try to search within the radar of people who are connected to that stuff.
Right.
Then I would reach out to them. Most times I could even offer to do a service for free for the first time, just to get to meet them and, get to relate with them. So in that case, there's no pressure. For instance, people I don't know before that I want to work with, and they are big, and I know that I really want to collaborate, so I just reach out to them. So reach out to people, that's number one. I reach out to people and I maintain good relationship. And obviously, the major part is my work is really, really good. So as long as you keep doing great
work. Let's look at your work. If it's really, really good, I'm sure okay, let's do Zenoliski. It's one of it. I love this picture. I love this picture. And this is for his recent album.
For his recent album, yeah.
Talk to us about this picture. What were you trying to...
So this one, actually, this is also one of my favorite works because this is one of my favorite artists. And Sniip3r is my guy, he's my friend, and we've been working together for about 4 years now. 4 years or more, basically. So he was going to drop his album titled Gen Z this year. And obviously, I was around in the, like, you know, the whole process of recording and also some of those songs.
Yeah,
like,
that's you getting it done.
That's while I was shooting the shoot. So we had discussed the concept since around January. You know, he wanted something that feels Gen Z because the name of the album is Gen Z. So he wanted something like, how do I say it? Something that gives, that appeals to the Gen Z audience and something, you know, that's on a Gen Z vibe. So I brought the color lights to just give it that vibe, and we agreed on this type of concept to just, you know, because this resonates with what he's trying to do with the project.
Tell us about Zino. You know, Zino is not the type that is very loud on social media.
True.
We love his music. He's very deep. Sometimes when you listen to his lyrics, and sometimes you come back and say, oh, this is what this guy is talking about here and there and stuff. And of course, I've heard stories about how hard he also works, right? Yeah. So working with him behind the scenes, what is he like? Is he any fun?
Yeah, Zino is definitely fun because, you know, working with Sniip3r, you get to see a side of him that, you know, the media don't get to see.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it. That's what we want to hear.
Actually, Zino is a very misunderstood person online because, you know, when he comes out with an opinion or sing the song the way he wants to sing it, like, some people might not be cool with him and some people might not. Some people might just, you know, have a lot of things to say. And he's used to that. So that's why you don't see him trying to respond or trying to, like, you know, trying to prove himself to the world and all that. So he's a very reserved person. So the fact that a lot of people don't get to see some, you know, playful side of him or, you know, fun side of him or, you know, just... So there's just so many sides of him that people don't see that I get to see from working with him personally. It's fun, he's talented, he's cool, and, you know, he's chilled, basically. He's a very cool guy. He's chilled.
All right. So the conversation about Afrobeat to the world has been on for about 2-3 years now, and it's something that we're pushing and really pushing to the rest of the world. And you have taken a very prominent role in documenting the growth and all of it. Do you feel the pressure? Because seeing how Afrobeat is right now, do you feel that pressure of like, oh, I need to get this thing right? There's people, what I put out is what will tell the story for many years and people get to see.
Yes, yes, definitely. I take that that aspect very conscious whenever I'm documenting these Afrobeat artists because, for instance, like when I'm at their concerts and, you know, when I'm at their shows and all that, or whenever they call me to take photos for them, I can understand that I personally also have a lot of audience that would, you know, that would see what I'm about to put out. So apart from, you know, the artist audience, I also consider my own audience and my work. So I make sure I always get the best and the best standard that will be on the artists that I'm working with, that will be on their level.
Some other pictures of yours that is generating a lot of, that had generated a lot of attention and this and then was some of the works you did with Mohbad. This was when? What year?
This was in 2022. So at that time, I work with everyone in this picture. I work with Rexy, I work with Mohbad, I work with DJ Tunes. But at this time, I was more close to Mohbad, and he just texted me that he had a recording session with DJ Tunes that night and Rexy. And obviously, DJ Tunes is my person, Rexy is my person, so I just had to, like, you know, get involved in the project, and I turned up for him, and which got this that night.
Absolutely, and seeing how close you are with Mohbad, and of course your current relationship with Sniip3r speaks to your relationship with the Malian music in quotes and all of that. So how does it make you extra sad seeing all of these stories around his passing? God bless his soul. Does it make you extra sad to see all of the developing stories around? Yeah,
definitely. It makes me so sad. R.I.P. Mohbad, may so rest in perfect peace. Because, you know, obviously, I know when everything was cool, right? When everything was nice and, you know, we were all chilled, like, you know, there's so many, there are like, I would say there are like 90% good moments. So I think maybe, because obviously family fight, family have issues and, you know, but then it's not really how the whole media is portraying and all that, because like even sometimes you could have an issue with your parents, right? So it's normal to have like little misunderstanding between each other, but it's how we now settle it actually.
Exactly, because
so now
a lot of people, sorry to butt in, a lot of narratives are out there.
Yeah, definitely.
That he was heavily bullied, that he wasn't loved, he wasn't like, and he didn't help matters because he released a few videos as well.
Yeah.
And then there is a counter narrative as well that said that perhaps he was disturbed. He had a disturbed personality. Perhaps he's heavily under the influence and all of these things. How would you speak to some of those narratives?
Actually, I do not always like to make a comment about this matter because it's quite sensitive and people easily misunderstand anything anyone says. But I would say, first of all, I did not witness any of those events. I did not witness it. But the thing was just that, from what I can tell, I believe there were just little. I can't say it was bullied. I can't mention anything about that. But I can only say that there was a misunderstanding, and I think the resolution was just what really just made everything. The resolution was not smooth enough, basically. So that was just me. And I would say, Mohbad personally, I know he's quite an overthinker. So sometimes when little thing just happens, his reaction might be so escalated to make it seem like it's a big deal. So, but then like before the whole issue and all, like everything was so cool. So it saddens me to see a lot of narrative, and most of those narratives outside are not even true because most of those people do not even know Mohbad. They've not even seen him before. They just probably just hear what someone says, then take it up from there and just, So it's so sad. It's so sad to the whole situation is so sad.
Let's take a look at some random pictures, and this is Wheezy. What was going on here? This is from the music video.
No, this is not from him. This is a shoot for his this is a press release shoot at that time.
Right.
This was shot 2023. I shot this in 2023, which is 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This is Central C. He's one of my favorite artists as well. And I shot this just last year at the Africa Shrine. He was in Nigeria to shoot Wave video with Ashake.
Yes.
So I have a close relationship with his younger brother.
Okay.
So he reached out to me to come around and document for them.
Okay. Let's move to the next one. This is Ashake.
Yeah, this is Ashake, and that's the same day of the video.
Yes. And of course,
Zeno,
your guy. Omale is...
Yeah, this is Omale, this is Black Bones, and this is Leka.
Yes.
So Leka is a producer. He's a really big producer. He worked closely with Omale, and he actually produced Holy Ghost. Okay. So Leka is a close friend of mine. Yeah, he made Holy Ghost. So Leka is a close friend of mine. So through Leka, I met Omale and I met Black Bones, and most times
I've heard people say Omale has dual personality. That is it true? Did you experience?
What do you mean dual personality?
So that he could be this innocent-looking person.
And that's the other side.
And then the other side that he could be very cocky, and he could be very cocky and.
I would say we're all different, right? So everyone have that. Everyone has dual personalities. It just depends on.
Speak to us about Omale's own.
Well, Omale is a very cool guy. He's very chilled. Every time I've always met him, he's been nice and cool around me. But then sometimes he can be very strict. Sometimes he can just have that strict personality, and you just know that's him for that day, so you don't have to stress him too much.
Right. Yeah. And this day at this Obi's house, when
this
Tyler.
Is Obi's house. Yeah.
Tyler
Obi's house.
The pictures you put out from that event was very iconic and they all went very viral. So and it brings us to the question: who eventually owns the copyrights to these pictures that you take?
It depends because.
Do you sign contracts?
Yes, I sign contracts depending on the project. This is just like a lifestyle picture, so I don't really need to sign contract for this because I am also putting it out to to my audience as well, not just their audience. And some of this picture, if you check properly, I have my logo over here in some of them. I have like a watermark.
Yes.
Check. Let's see.
Let's go.
For instance, this one now, I don't own the copyright to this picture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been paid for. Like the whole right to this picture was being paid for by the owner of this brand.
Right.
Yeah, so some of them, some of my pictures we sign contracts and some we don't. So because
So when
I mostly document lifestyle moments for them. So it doesn't really get planned sometimes.
Yes.
So it's only like major projects that we discuss and are very intentional that we get to sign contracts and
So, but when you see your pictures flying around and other platforms are just picking it, harvesting it, them on from social media, from the digital space, and just using them, you're not even getting credit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of these pictures and I'm just realizing that I've seen them. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
See. So, do you get anything? And do you suppose there should be stronger conversation around the use of people's intellectual property?
Yes, definitely. And I used to worry about that in the past, but now I do not anymore, because sometimes I will just see my pictures taken from my page. And I mentioned I always have a watermark down here.
Yes.
And sometimes most of these bloggers will cut it out.
They'll crop it up.
They'll crop it off, and they won't even give you credit. And at that time, I used to wonder, like, it used to bother me so much, like, why would this person do it? But then, at the end of the day, I just realized, first off, I have some signature looks that even without people seeing my name on it, they can tell, oh, I took this picture.
All right, thank you very much again for showing up.
Yeah.
So there you have it. We've introduced you to the Sniip3r, the man behind some of those very brilliant and iconic pictures that is documenting the journey of Afrobeat for everybody to enjoy. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you on the other side of the show.